The Veronica Speedwell mystery series is told from the point of view of Veronica, a butterfly enthusiast and spunky young aristocratic woman living in the 1880s England who is constantly looking for an adventure. An Unexpected Peril is the latest installment in this series that goes on sale tomorrow, March the 2nd. Jessica recently spoke with the author. Here is that conversation.
We're delighted to be joined today by author Deanna Raybourn. She has a brand new book ready to release tomorrow. Deanna, it's great to see you.
Thank you, Jessica. It's great to be here.
This is the next one in the Veronica Speedwell series, An Unexpected Peril. And of course, reading right now is one of our favorite pleasures because you can just lose yourself in the world of magic.
Absolutely. This is Veronica's sixth adventure. I cannot even believe that. I remember coming on the show to say hi and introduce the series when it first started, but we're up to book 6 now. And yeah, it's reading, I think, is more essential than ever right now. Not only for our own sense of escape and getting out of our little world, but also because it really helps to support the small business owners, the booksellers, libraries. I know my library is doing Drive Up, and they need as much support as they can get right now. So yeah, it's good for everybody to be in love with a book right now.
It really is. And Deanna, tell us, she's headed out on the 6th adventure. When you started this, you had this concept. I'm always bedazzled by how the story continues to unfold. Where does the inspiration come from?
I have always been absolutely obsessed with Victorian female explorers. I double majored in English and history in college, back in the Stone Age. And at that time, there wasn't a whole lot being taught, at least not at my university, about what women were doing. And, we have this idea that Victorian women were just sitting around knitting socks and serving tea, and they were up to so much more. And I started digging into what Victorian women were getting up to, the jobs that they had. Like 3,500 of them in the UK were butchers. And we don't think of that. But also the travel they were doing and the ways that they were going out and not discovering the world in the sense that they were finding things that had never been seen before, because those people existed, those cultures existed, but they were learning things that Western Europeans hadn't necessarily known. They were being exposed to new places, to cultures that were unfamiliar to them, and they wrote home about it, which is the most glorious thing about Victorians, is they were not shy about sharing their experiences. So we have letters, we have diaries, we have all sorts of information. And the further you dig down into that rabbit hole, the more there is. I could go on with this series for about 45 books, easily. There's so much material there to serve as inspiration for Veronica's adventures.
And so fans are incredibly happy to hear that as well, which is a good thing.
I'm writing book 7 right now.
Now with Veronica, and you said, you've always been very into Victorian history and being inspired and really dug in. For those who don't know, Veronica is inspired by a real life inspiration.
Yes, she absolutely is. One of these women that I just kind of became obsessed with was named Margaret Fountain, and she was a lepidopterist, which is just the fancy scientific name for a butterfly hunter, which was a fairly genteel occupation for a woman. You could go out and hunt things, but you didn't have any blood, you didn't get dirty. And so Veronica is based on this woman who went out and had fantastic adventures and brought back these beautiful specimens to sell, because natural history was a huge phenomenon in Victorian times. Everybody was collecting specimens, and butterflies were one of the loveliest and least expensive things that you could collect. So it's a way that women could make a living. It was a little bit genteel. It was a lot adventurous. And when I read about Margaret's adventures, I thought, this is the person who deserves a character inspired by her. And that was kind of the genesis for the idea of Veronica. And Margaret was a woman who took life on her own terms. She had relationships that we kind of don't tend to think of Victorian women as having. She had full physical relationships, interracial, premarital, and Veronica kind of has a little bit of that going on too, in a discreet way. But yeah, she's very much a woman who takes life on her own terms, just like Margaret Fountain did.
So, Deanna, as this 6th installment comes out, releases tomorrow, you're doing a series of events. And then, of course, there's a special opportunity on Friday for fans.
There is I have mad love for the Fountain. Richmond is so lucky to have this bookstore, and I get to come in and sign every single time. But because of the fact that we're trying to be super careful, there won't be a live event, but there is a Zoom event. There's a virtual event on Friday. All you have to do is sign up in advance to get your little registration link. And you can also pre-order signed copies. The Fountain is the only bookstore in the country that will have copies that I have actually autographed. So people can snag a signed copy from the Fountain and show them some love.
Well, we enjoy having you on the show and are so excited for you with this 6th installment. And then, of course, more to come. You said at least 45 more to come. So we'll keep the fun rolling.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. Richmond is always such a great turnout, and the best readers live in Richmond.
Well, congratulations on keeping the magic going. And I look forward to talking with you more in the future. And we'll put all the information for fans who aren't already involved with Veronica Speedwell and the series, and learn more about the Fountain Bookstore. Thank you, Deanna.
Thank you, Jessica.
As you can see there, Deanna is very excited about the release of her new book that comes out tomorrow. Fountain Bookstore is actually hosting the virtual launch party for the book tonight, March 1st, 6 p.m. on Crowdcast. To register, go to fountainbookstore.com, and please stick around because we are coming right back with more Virginia This Morning.